Hello everyone, this is Benjamin Ramirez. This is my 9th game that I recorded. I've been playing, I started it back again December 22nd, so it's been basically 2 months now. It's February 21st. Okay, so that's very normal. I just learned a certain gambit line. I don't know if I should try it or not. I'm going to try it. I think it's, I forget what kind of his name again, but I just looked at it. Englund gambit or something like that. I forget the name of it, but I'll look it up and I'll definitely write it down. He didn't go for it, so this is obvious. This is not out of what I just looked at. Everything was accepted, so it'll be pretty interesting. So it's gonna look like I'm gonna kind of cramped in there a little bit. So I'm gonna probably play d6 at some point. I don't want to shuttle the bishop because there's too many pawn moves on my king side, so I'm gonna just leave out my knight for that reason. I like going off the book a little bit sometimes in openings. If I don't know something, I can explain my moves, every move, instead of just this is a book opening move. So it probably is, but I don't know it, so it's new to me. Alright, c4. Yeah, if you guys haven't liked or subscribed my videos, you can always do that anytime. Alright, so he's advancing his queenside pawns a lot. I'm not gonna castle on my queen side. I like the idea of targeting the f2 pawn, but right now I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of cramped in there. I want to see what I can do besides that bishop move. I was thinking of bishop c5, but his pawns are down. I don't want him to go to b4 at some point, pushing my bishop back. So if I move my bishop and he prepares a move before b4, I can always do a6 and safely move him back. He can't do anything immediate that I can see, so I'm fine with that. I just wanted to make sure that, I wasn't trapping my piece in the opening. That would be horrible for a video and embarrassing. So I had to soon move to d6 to defend my pawn. I don't like leaving my pieces undefended or hanging. I have two right now, my bishop and my pawn. Hanging pieces are pieces that are left undefended. So, and sorry about that sound. I was opening a can of soda. I don't like to make it obvious when I'm eating or drinking. Should have opened that before I started the video. So a nice normal move. He's protecting his pawn, access to his bishop. His bishop can only go to e2, d3 at the moment. Now, if I move my d6 pawn, my knight would have to be on d7. I'd have to move my bishop out at some point. Let me see if he can block the bishop in any way. Because if he can block the bishop, the only place I'd have would be d7, and my knight will be blocked too. If my bishop is blocked, I don't have one square to go to for two pieces. So, and this is why I like more time as well in the game, so I can talk and think. If I move d6, he can move his knight to c3, and my bishop to f4. He can just move the pawn up. If I move it again, he can move the pawn up, move back. My bishop would have some kind of, he'd be blocked in actually. I'd have to find a way to break the pawn chain if I did something like that. I'm actually thinking about b6 and then moving the bishop to b7. Okay, d6, knight to c3 is possible, bishop, move down. I can actually take the pawn because it's attacked twice and defended once, so it's not something he's going to actually do. So this is fine. If he does the moves that I said, you can always do something different. I don't have time. I don't really have time to think forever, so I have to make moves. Otherwise, I lose on time. I also added 15 seconds to remove. That way, if I start running out of time, I can just make very quick moves. So. Okay, that's what I figured. I can always go over here. And of course, he can probably move his knight over to try to capture my bishop, but let's see what he does. Now I can actually move my knight over to d7, my b knight. And then, you know, he can play on either side. So at least he's taking his time as well. I'm sure it's unfamiliar to him as well as it is me. So whoever understands movement and development better will have an edge between us. He did cramp me in there, which is obviously something that we learn is bad. So he understood that part and he did it right away. And it was something I wasn't expecting. So kudos to him for that. Of course, he's preparing that move. I already thought about what I should do if he does that. So there's no point in taking up more time. All right. Now, for the game, now everything from here on out isn't thought out, so I need to take some more time. When you're playing on the clock, you have to use your time advantage as well. Well, not time advantage, but your time, as well. I got so into the game, I wasn't moving my pieces on the chessboard at home. I like to look at the chessboard at home while doing stuff like this. Okay, so he's preparing e4. I can move my pawn up. Right now, I actually can just move it up just to prevent it from blocking my bishop. I'd be blocking my own bishop though. If I allowed him to move to e4 and I move back, he just continued cramping me. So if I move to e4, he captures, I capture. I'm gonna move to e4. I don't want to keep cramping myself. Okay. I have three places, d7, c8, and g6. The only way I can recapture is g6. If I move back, he can capture for free. So no point in losing a pawn. And it's not like I have anything specific going on in d7 or c8. So I can't throw my bishop around to the other side. So, okay. not too bad. Now my knight back, he captures with one of the two. I can go queen to e7, attacking twice the e4 piece. So knight to g8 or knight to d7. If it goes to g8, it slows me one down from castling. If it goes to d7, it locks in my bishop, my knight and bishop on b square. So I'm going to be locking something regardless of where I move it. If I move it to h5, my bishop will be left defending it, unable to recapture because the queen can capture it if I move my bishop. So, but knight to g8, if he captures, I can capture the pawn of the queen. I haven't decided which side to castle on. I can actually probably castle queen side. So I'm going to go this, because I'm probably going to end up castling queen side. Everything's completely open on both sides for him. I think that if I capture the g pawn, I might be able to move my pawns up and do a king side attack, possibly. Sorry about all the noises from the messenger. I'm going to see if I can stop all that, because there's no reason for that. I'm glad I don't know why it's not popping up on my screen, but I'm glad it's not, because I find that very annoying. But if he captures the pawn with the knight, I'll just capture with my bishop. If he recaptures, I'll capture the pawn on g5. So I like this a little better. I think he's doing very well in an unknown situation, and so am I. I hope we are. I'll find out after I analyze the game. Game analysis. I find in some of my games I actually play almost completely perfect. So I've heard the term cheater on chess a lot, from not against me but against each other, and I found that a lot of my games have low centerpiece loss. So it happens like maybe 1 out of 10 games. So if you find someone like that, it doesn't mean they're cheating, but if you look at their game and their record and their score and how much they all go up and down, and you have to look at it a lot to really determine if they're just using computers or not. So, yeah, I'm sure he wasn't, not sure exactly what he's thinking or going at right now, if he's just moving. I hope he's just moving, because then I get to tear him apart, but if he's thinking, it's kind of even right now, and I'm a little... When the games get too complicated, my brain starts to not work too well. So, my first game, if you see my first game that I recorded, I had to make everything extremely simple because I wasn't used to playing for a while. And then later I got to be more complicated, and now I get to be more positional. So I'm definitely improving a lot in the past 2 months, which I'm excited about. Okay, that's fair enough. F5 would definitely, I could just recapture it if he did F5. Excuse me. At least for now. Can he make F5 deadly? Queen to G4, then F5. I plan on castling queenside, so I might be able to get with F5 myself if I played F5. If he captured El Pensant, I can send my queen to F6 or my knight to F6. Probably my knight, because it'd be defending the E4 pawn. I do that. If he does capture, then I can do that. If he doesn't capture, he can try to use his H pawn to tie him down. Which I'll be castling queenside, so which is already the idea. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna see what he's. I probably should have played knight to d7 though, and then that way I can get ready for the castle. But I can pay for that if he has an attack against my king sooner than I get to. I'm just a little bit worried about my time. So, yep, that's kind of what I figured he might do. Now, if I move h6, and if he moves down, I have to go back. I'm gonna definitely. Oh, I can actually move up to h5. I almost just moved up, really put much thought into it. If I go to h5, he captures, I can capture with my rook. And there'll be like a double attack against the h4 pawn. He'd have to defend it or move it up. If he moved it up, then I had to move my bishop. Let me see. If I move my bishop back. His pawn on e3, okay, is defended by the bishop. For a moment there I thought it wasn't. I'm like, wait a second, I could have attacked his pawn a long time ago. I actually did one of my games before. I didn't realize that a piece was protected by a bishop, and I completely lost a piece. And it was horrible. And probably the reason why I noticed it this time, because it kind of crossed my mind. So that mistake definitely might have helped me win this one. Or at least not lose this badly. I like h5 because of the attacking part. If I go h6, he captures, I capture. If I do my knight capture, then pieces are kind of hanging a little bit. I don't like it. I like queen on f6 at some point, because his knight is not defended at the moment. He can move his bishop around, then I can take the pawn. He can move that. Okay, so I want him to lose that piece. So I'm just gonna go march forward, so he has to capture up if he wants to capture at all. If I just go to h6, it's possible for me to capture him or capture, and well, he probably won't do it right away, but I want the f6 square for my queen. If he doesn't do it, then the only place for my knight is e. Okay, he doesn't do it. I'm gonna go get ready for castling. Any tactics he can do right now? Knight g3, double attack. Any other attacks that he can do? Bishop to h3, attacking my pawn. He can attack my pawn twice. Knight to e7 can block it, but if I develop and he does one attack, I develop my other. If I develop my queen, then I can't block. Okay, so if I try to develop two castle, knight to d7, knight to e7 block protecting, I can't move my queen to castle. I'm gonna develop anyways to see what he does. Okay. Bishop to h3 is still very real. I might be, if I capture with my bishop now, his queen can move in. Surprised he didn't, well, he couldn't move his queen first because of my bishop. Alright, castling does not seem very possible for me. If I move my queen to e7 and then his bishop, I could move my queen to f7, defending my f5 pawn. Which is what I'm going to do, because I want to, you know. Ooh, he has a double attack. He can move his knight to e6. Well, it's not double attack. We can move knight to d6, yeah. And I can't castle at all. I was not thinking about that. Well, there goes my castling goals. I have to defend my pawn. Bishop b6 can protect it. Pawn down. I capture. He captures. I can capture with my pawn, my knight actually. So my bishop can do that. If he does c5, I can capture with my pawn. He captures his pawn. I capture with my knight. And if he tries to capture with his knight, I can capture with my queen. So I'm a little pressed for time here, so I'm gonna try to hurry up. All right. Now, if I can't castle at all yet. But if he takes, I can take with my knight, and then he can't fork me because my queen can capture. But I still can't move my king anywhere, so I still can't castle. I'm moving my rook up 1, and then my bishop to f. I'm moving my rook to h7, and then my rook up to then my bishop to f7 and take the knight. I don't like him there. And pieces are pretty cramped, but I don't see anything severely wrong with my game either. My idea of the bishop to h3, he never tried, and actually probably wasn't as good as what he did. I think what he did was probably better than what I thought he would. So Mort 1111. I don't know if you're part of my chess group or not, or if you can watch any of my videos or anything else. But if you do, you're playing really well, and I don't know why he did that. And I captured without looking at why he did that. I'm not playing blitz chess, so that was not a very smart thing for me to do. Obviously, if he's thinking, he moved without thinking. That's what he did. He did not see that my queen can recapture, which is what I noticed. So he just simply blundered probably, which is normal in my level. I still blunder as well. Very possible that he blundered only because for the same reasons I normally blunder. Alright. Now, if I capture with my queen the c4 pawn, he can move his rook over. I can't capture because of the bishop. Everything's so cramped in. I'm thinking about not moving my I'm thinking about not castling now. I might just move my king to d7. if he moves his rook to c1 after d7, he's threatening to move his pawn down. If I capture, he captured with his rook, threatening my queen. My queen's not in a very good spot. I can't capture c4 with my knight because of that. Can't capture with this because of that. So my queen's not in a very good spot. None of my pieces are very in a good spot right now. Castling would be completely horrible because my queen would be in front of my king, and opening that up would pin my king. But I'm gonna move my king over to d7 anyways. If he moves rook over, I can move my rook to c8. He goes down, I capture, he captures with his rook. There's no surprise moves against me because my knight's protecting the a4 from the queen attack, and my pawn is protecting from the bishop attack. So I can do that, and I can move my rook over to c8 and then possibly queen over. I'm trying to find to get more mobility for my pieces. Without mobility, I will definitely lose being cramped in like this. I probably shouldn't risk the idea of something happening because of the fact that I am up a piece already. But I just don't like my position right now, and I don't want to lose because of it. And time is running low, so I can't fully think. But if you look at my games between now and then, you can definitely see a big difference. Okay, I expected that. Now I'm thinking rook c8. If he goes down, I capture, he captures with his rook, I move my queen over. So I'm just going to do that, save some time. I think that's what he's going to do. Okay, he did not do that. I had to worry about the d file too because of the queen. My bishop is blocked in. Okay, I'm going to develop a piece. I don't want to think too much. I don't know what to do right now, which is horrible. I don't see any actual threats he can have. Okay, he made one right now. Okay, I see what threats he can have. Let me fix that. Okay, so I'm going to move my queen down. My knight defends my rook in a way, so his queen, there's a possible fork. Yeah, if he goes down and I capture with my pawn, he can just move his pawn down to d6. So I'm going to move my queen away. He made a fork. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but regardless if you've seen it or not, I'm definitely avoiding that. And I don't want my knight because his queen could have went to a4, which, well, actually it can't right now. Games. Let me use his time to think. I don't normally do that very often. But because of my time, I think I need to. I was really hoping for the gambit accepted because I had a line that I kind of wanted to try out. In my group, I kind of wrote a few things down, but not all of it, because I wasn't sure about some of it. I'm thinking about just capturing the D pawn of my knight. Because if I capture, he can just move his pawn down. Here's the D pawn down. The reason I don't want to capture it, well, actually, if I do capture it, my king has an escape route to the E6. I'm going to capture with my knight because of this. I don't, you know, if he moves his bishop, I can just move my king to E6. Or I can move my bishop down to F7, protecting my knight. He captures. Now, I can capture with my king. I can capture his rook with my rook. I can't capture rook with rook, because if he takes a knight, and I take the knight, he can come down with the queen. So this prevents the queen from coming down. Not sure if it prevents everything. Bishop E5 I didn't consider. Okay, that's what I did not consider. I just said that. Okay, my king has two routes. I don't want to be pinned. So I'm gonna go over here, because after the rook moves, the queen can go to A4, which I said earlier, and I don't want to put myself in a horrible spot. Right now my pieces are defended enough, but this is why cramping is bad, and he cramped me pretty good. That's for sure. If he captures my rook, I'm capturing with my knight, and then I move my C knight to B6. I can't even look at my chessboard anymore, my normal chessboard. It helps me with my games. It makes it more better for me, because I play better on a chessboard than on this. So if you're listening and you like playing more on a chessboard, I suggest playing longer games, like 15 minutes. Even 10 minutes is possible, and move along with your game and analyze your board accordingly. Now, can I defend my knight multiple times? 2 attacks, 2 defenders. I can target the bishop like this. Don't have much time to think. I only have 15 seconds to think each move, unless there's a serious move that I need to think more on than 15 seconds. He can get a free piece. If he captures, I capture. It doesn't matter if it's my queen or knight. Let's say if my queen, he captures, I capture, he takes the rook. So he didn't do any of that. He still has the pin. I still have to consider my options and opportunities. I'm going to take away one of his attackers, because he can severely pin my knight to the point of where I lose it. So I need to go up, and then move my rook over to protect my knight again. I need to severely protect my knight. Okay. 1, 2, 3 attackers. 1, 2, 3 defenders. So I'm fine. The fact that I'm up a piece is the only reason why I'm winning in this situation. Okay. And if he takes with his bishop, I'll take with my queen. The only reason I won this game in my cramped situation is that he gave me basically a free piece by accident. Other than that, he would have won. So I think I did horrible in that regard. I need to look at this game over and reevaluate it to see what I could do differently so I'm not in that situation. I'm glad I got lucky, but I don't like winning that way, because I want to win by knowing what I'm doing, which I think I did okay. Now, threatening the G pawn twice. I should probably defend it. For no other reason than just to defend it. He can't do anything with my knight. He can't capture it. I need to find a way to move my pieces to get everything out. I'm not interested in letting his bishop have any play. His bishop can't go anywhere right now. His dark square bishop has no squares. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to keep my piece defended. I'm going to have to move my bishop. So I'm going to probably move my light square bishop back and then pawn up. Probably to h7 bishop and then pawn up. Move my rook over, move my bishop down to g. It's a lot of maneuvering, but right now there's nothing he can do. So I can maneuver all I want. It has like no attacks that I can see. He can't even go to b6 with his queen because I can capture with my knight. That actually might be a fork. If he takes my knight, I capture with my queen. His queen goes down, attack. I have to move my rook over. Queen down. Oh, he actually can't do that because of my my pen. Okay, well he did it ahead of time. I think he should take my knight first, because if I move my piece back, he moves queen down, check, and he can he could double attack against my pawn. How would I defend this? I defend my bishop, otherwise he will get a free bishop. So I couldn't go to e7. And it keeps me on the pen. Okay, got with my pawns. Can't be mad. I would do the same, probably. I should move my rook to d8 and then my I'm low on time. I'm gonna go to here instead. I don't want to lose my queen by being stupid, or my bishop. I should move my rook to d8, then queen to e6 is what I should have done. And attack protection against the rook, the knight. But well, even though we're almost running out of time, I thought a lot more than he did, and he probably wouldn't have made that mistake in the bottom if he took a little bit more time. As good as he is, he's a good player, so I think that was a good move. Now if I capture, he captures my rook. That would kind of make us even, actually. I have no time to think. Alright. Now how to play with no play. Bishop queen combination can be bad for me. I'm not 100% sure what to do here, but trading queens will be awesome for me right now. I don't think he can win by... Alright, he's not doing it. Oh, if I move, he can... I definitely can't go to G. I can't go to G. He got another piece of mine. Oh, wow. I blundered towards the end, and my blunder was way worse than his, so... He can... I'm gonna draw the game by check. He takes that. I move over. He takes that. I move over. Once he stops checking, I'm moving my queen up to c1 check, and I'm going to do a perpetual check. This is how I'm going to end the game if I'm able to. But if he goes queen to g7 check, I move over. If he takes it, you call it check again. I have to find a way to move. Okay, that's what I expected. He's going to capture. I don't want to keep giving him checks, so how would I do this? Go here. This. He's going for checking me over and over again. He took my pawn. How can I move where there's no check? Oh, I think there's a check everywhere. This allows him to prevent a... I'll go here. I think this prevents me from doing what I wanted. It might... No, I don't see escape square. His queen can move down, but not to block the check. Okay, he wants to trade queens. That's basically guarantees him a win. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. Alright, that was an awesome game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the game as much as I did. I missed one thing that was kind of very horrible. Let's see what this says. Well, it's definitely a pretty good video. Okay. Ooh, 2 blunders. Right in the beginning. We're still analyzing, so... That's a lot of blunders. Well, I thought I did very well. The computer does not think I did very well. Maybe my position was so bad and it was considered a blunder. He's not even done analyzing yet. I'm gonna have like 20 blunders by the end of this game. This is like the worst I've ever seen my blunders out of all the games that I've played. I definitely don't want to learn from my mistakes. That's like way too many, but I'll look at it later. Englund Gambit Complex declined is the opening, so I will definitely be putting that on the game. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and like, and hopefully I keep getting better, and you start seeing more awesome wins or whatever. I still think it's an awesome game. Have some fun and good luck. Hope you learned something and enjoyed the game.